Southern Africa's forests are disappearing, and with them the economic opportunities that they hold. It's an alarming trend that's driven partly by the local population's hunger for energy and partly by their lack of other options. The region holds 16% of the world's forests, but the UN reports that it's losing as much as 8% of its trees every year. Without forests, there is less rainfall. The farming soil becomes depleted, and the land ceases to be an economic resource.
More than 90% of the population is dependent on fuel wood for their energy. That works out at about 2 cubic meters per person per year. If you really want to get some scary figures, what that means is 120 million trees a year are being lost for energy. The impact on the forest is very simple. It's total destruction.
This is Alan Schwartz, and he runs the Mozambique Forest Center in Mozambique. Though he paints a dire picture, his organization represents a seed of hope. Schwartz has been running the center for the last 16 years, and it has helped save thousands of hectares of forests by educating communities about the value of conservation. The forests are publicly owned, and his project has helped the communities get rights to sustainably harvest timber in them through a permit system run by the Mozambican government. On the roadside near Beira, the second largest city of Mozambique, he leads by example, replanting the forest tree species that used to be abundant here. His project has won an Ashoka Fellowship and other international acclaim for its pioneering efforts to create jobs that are dependent upon healthy forests.
We include everybody who lives in a forest as participants in looking after the forest, but more important, in using the resources of the forest in a sustainable manner.
Schwartz's model calls for harvesting the timber and nut oils from forests that are managed by communities, only taking out as much wood as the forest can sustain, while replanting and regenerating areas that have been deforested. The trees that are cut down are then crafted by community members into luxury products right in the forest. So the wood is being used to bring revenue to the communities instead of going up in smoke in the form of cooking charcoal or exported wholesale to China as timber.
The value is being added by the people who live there. And that's really the critical component to make the whole thing work. If it's added value in France, it has no effect on the forest whatsoever. If it's added value in Mozambique, in the forest, those people get the benefit. So it's not just a matter of making people less poor, it's actually a matter of creating wealth from the resources that they have.
Here is a newly planted forest at the Mozambique Forest Center, the headquarters of the project. It is also the biggest nursery of indigenous trees in the region. This is where Schwartz and his team grow the seedlings of the trees that will ensure a sustainable income and a future for the area. This is also where Schwartz trains former charcoal producers to make jewelry and decor that ends up in boutiques in Paris, London, and New York. The project directly employs 35 families and supports hundreds of people on a freelance basis. 34-year-old Ricardo Francis used to earn about $10 a month selling charcoal. Now he earns about $150 a month working with the project.
Para a gente agora termos a noção de como, quando iniciamos o trabalho, a gente não tínhamos conhecimento que era necessário plantar árvore. Então, a gente trabalhávamos assim abaixo. Então, quando veio a Alena, então, com ele deu-nos mais ideia de que quando deixa cair uma árvore, é preciso repor de novo. Já é com o patrão Alena é que nos deu essa orientação. E até que estamos a trabalhar na base daquilo através do patrão Alena.
The project takes care of 185,000 hectares of trees and is expanding all the time. New aspects of the project seek to replace charcoal with ethanol as the main source of cooking fuel in Mozambique. Other parts of the project sustainably harvest oils that are used in luxury skincare products. Schwartz is passionate about empowering forest communities as the principal guardians of their valuable resource.
So what we did is we making sure that the people who live in the forest have the incentive to always look after it. Hey guys, you have an economic asset which used properly will make you as wealthy as us.
On location at the Mozambique Forest Center, this is Jeffrey Barbie for Global Post.